talk to the fans now about draft day. Did you know the Steelers wanted you?
I go first. I go last question first. I did not have a draft party. Anybody who knows me, they know that I'm a quieter, shyer, more reserved kind of person. It's funny that now I do broadcasting, so that's kind of a counter to that part of my personality. But that was not who I was then, and even now I think if I were to be in the same position, I probably would not have some kind of public draft party. I certainly wanted to, acknowledge and be thankful for the folks who helped me get to that situation and where I was. But just for me personally, it may have been too much attention. I did not know where I was going to go in the draft, and there were rumors of later first round all the way through the third round. So with that uncertainty, I didn't feel comfortable, having that kind of attention on that day. I did fly out to the Cowboys and to the Steelers before the draft. Sat down with Bill Cowher and Jimmy Johnson and Marvin Lewis, who was the linebacker coach in Pittsburgh, now the head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals. I can't even remember who the linebacker coach was with the Cowboys. It's been so long now. But sat down with all those guys, had those kind of discussions. They ask you those probing questions, trying to check your football IQ and your passion for the game. I believe Marvin Lewis got me up on the board, had me draw up some defenses we ran at Colorado to test my understanding of the defense I ran for the last 5 years. You'd hope you know it well after 5 years of running it. But I didn't know how that whole thing was going to play out. The morning of the draft, my mother called me, and one of her best friends lives in the San Francisco area, and said, "Oh my goodness, Chad is on the front page of the San Francisco, whatever paper it was, sports section. They say, he may be taken in the first round to the 49ers. I was very excited about that possibility. At the Combine, the 49ers certainly paid special attention to me and ran me through some pretty intensive testing and conversations. So I thought, that would be awesome. At the same time, about an hour after my mother called, Bill Cowher calls from the Pittsburgh Steelers and says, "Hey, Chad, we brought you in for your trip as an outside linebacker, but we signed Kevin Green from the Rams a couple of days ago. Kevin's going to play outside linebacker. Could you play inside linebacker?" And I said, "Coach, I don't care what you want me to do. If you want me to punt, I'll punt. I don't care what you want. Just get me on your team some way, somehow." And then, turns out, 6, 7, 8 hours later, I am on the phone during the draft with the Washington Redskins, who have the 45th pick in the draft. They say they're going to take me with that pick. My agent's other phone rings. It is the Pittsburgh Steelers, who traded to the 44th pick to get me because they knew the Redskins were coming after me. So that's how I ended up becoming a Pittsburgh Steeler with the 44th pick, which is funny because that was the number that I wore in high school, was number 44.